In this video, we're going to take a look at using JUnit tags. Now, tags are a way to identify your test, put them into a group. What we can do is come in here, and tags can be applied at the class level or at the method level. But I'm just going to do it at the class level, and we'll say controllers, like so. I'm going to tag these tests. And then here for the owner test, let's tag that as model, like so. And I'm going to do that same thing for the other test here, the person test. Let's go ahead and do that. Now, if I come in here and run all tests, do that right now, we'll see that the tests still execute just like they did before. I collapse out down this output, and you can see there's no difference in what IntelliJ is telling us. So you might be, well, what purpose does this tag do? What we can do inside of IntelliJ, and if you're using Eclipse, there's very similar functionality. I haven't downloaded Eclipse in at least 5 years, so I would not be very much help as far as doing this inside of Eclipse. I'm proficient with IntelliJ though. What we can do is come up here, go to Edit Configurations. Now I am going to add a new JUnit configuration, and I'm going to call this controller test, and test kind, I'm going to say tags. I'm going to say controllers, like so. Apply that, say OK. Now let's run controller test, and it's going to run every test that is marked as a controller. I can do the exact same thing if I come up here, and let's do another one, and add this JUnit. Call this. And again, we'll go down and select tags. This time we're going to say model, like so. Say OK. And now if I run that, we can see that just the two owner tests. So again, I created a configuration for controllers and models. So now inside my project, if I want to run just controller tests or just model tests, I can do that. And your use case will vary. And this is an important thing that we can use. I'm showing you how to do it from the IDE. Later in the course, when we get to test execution, I'll show you how to do it from both Gradle and Maven as well, because you can set up test tags for that. And there's a number of cases where you want to do this. You might have a CI build where you're running just unit tests, and then you deploy to another upper level build where you want to do further integration tests. So you might have a whole suite of integration tests, but maybe they depend on a database being running, or maybe they depend on a message queue being there. So you can set up those tests so that they have those dependent resources in that execution environment. So very, very handy thing to do. You can do some pretty interesting stuff with it. It gives you a lot of control over what tests are being run from your suite of tests. So keep in mind right now we have a very, very simple project. I'm just showing you some of the features and functionality. When you get to larger enterprise class projects, you can have dozens, if not hundreds, of test classes and test methods, and you're testing a lot of different things. You might even create independent projects to bring in and run tests that way. So there are a lot of things that you can do with tests. This is just another tool in your tool bag of controlling which tests are being run. So very important feature, really nice feature too. I like how they implemented this. Very simple, straightforward, and the integration with IDEs and build tools is very nice too.